finished cutting the spiral. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and carefully pick this up. You want to be kind of careful because you don't want to snap this piece right here where you began the spiral. It's pretty weak right there, and especially with a grained wood like oak, it tends to want to split real easy. So go ahead and take the tension off your blade, get your hand underneath this thing and hold on to it pretty good as you pull the blade out, and do your best not to break it. Now this is kind of the moment of truth on this pattern, because what you want to see is you want to see the bowl extend out as deep as you know we're hoping it would be. And I can go ahead and remove some of this pattern right here, and we'll get a better look at how we did. And this bowl, I think once I get the oil on it, it's going to be just about where I want it. Might be just a little bit shallow, but it's going to be really close. So pretty happy with that. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put the table back to 90 degrees, and don't forget that. After your spiral, make sure you go back to 90 degree on your table, and then I'll cut out the rim of this bowl and we can set it aside and then cut the rest of the pattern. A little tip here on getting your table back to 90 degrees is get you one of these little clear protractors, and as you're adjusting the table, go ahead and tension up a blade and put the center line, the 90 degree mark, right at the bottom of the blade, and as you're moving it, you want the top of the blade to cross the 90 degree mark also. So very fast and easy way to get your table back to 90 degrees. The table back to 90 degrees, I'm going to go ahead and cut the perimeter of the bowl. That way we can get the bowl set aside, because it's pretty fragile and we don't want to risk breaking it out while we're cutting the rest of the pattern. So we'll get this cut out and removed, and then we can move on. Finished cutting out the bowl. I'm going to go ahead and remove the bowl and set it aside to keep it from getting broke. So basically, there's our bowl, and we'll finish the rest of the pattern, put this back together, and we'll have to oil this up a little bit to get it to drop out as much as I want. But I think you've got the idea of where we're going. Okay, I've got the rest of the pattern cut out, except for a little bit of veining I need to do here in this top hummingbird. I did decide to go ahead and just leave the number 7 blade in there. It seemed to be working pretty well for the this little veining work. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we can begin to fill our basket. So basically, do this veining. Just go ahead and complete the outside cuts, and then come back and finish up the work just in and out. I want to be kind of careful on some of these real delicate parts. Just one more little piece here around his neck. And we can finish up. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple things here before we go back over to the workbench. On this pattern, there's some lines that I've drawn that are the lines where we're going to insert the screws to make the basket pivot and to make the bottom foot pivot also. So this leg right here, this line right here, will have a hole drilled up through there that will allow this piece right here to pivot out to give something for the basket to stand on. And these two lines right here on the side are where we will drill the holes through the side and then into the basket in the sides, and that's what will allow us to let the bowl pivot out. So what I'm going to do now, before I take the pattern off, is just go ahead and take my pencil and mark these lines so I don't lose them if I lose the pattern here. Okay, I'll meet you back over to workbench. Back over here at the workbench now, and I've gone ahead and assembled the bowl and the foot onto the collapsible basket. And you can see on the bottom of this that I just simply took the piece that we cut out for the foot, rotated it, countersunk a screw, and screwed the foot right into the bottom of the blank. And basically the same thing on the bowl. Put the bowl back in, make sure it collapses out in the right direction. Go ahead and countersink and drill holes into the bowl through the legs here on both sides, and then you're ready to go. Now this particular basket's not collapsing out quite as far as I want it to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some lemon oil to finish this collapsible basket anyway, and hopefully when I get the lemon oil in here I can get it to open up just a little bit farther. And over time, just by opening and closing it, it'll eventually open up a little more, but probably should have went down to about 4.5 degrees on the cut and would have had a little better bowl. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video and this project, and we'll see you at the Scroll Saw Workshop, www.scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. Catch you later.